Ravens lead at 7-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, Haywood.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Off the play fake. Lawrence. That's caught by the 6'8 tight end, Zach Gentry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
Here we go, dude. Here I come. Here I come.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Now. Hey, foxtrot. Go.
On 4th down, Lawrence. He's going to launch it for one. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Well, this is something I may never understand. I don't get why a quarterback under duress who has a chance to get rid of the ball and save the yardage keeps it and runs out of bounds. Instead of an incomplete pass and no loss of yardage, it's a 3-yard loss.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, team 6.
Off play action. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Looking to throw. Lawrence. His throw incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Charlie. 35.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
58 to Mike. Watch the pass.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Crunch. Check 3.
That is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Look at me, Zipper. Ringo. Take Alpha. They gonna need some therapy after this.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Let's go. 70.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hurry up. Let's go.
From the gun, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Off play action, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He's going to launch into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
All day, every day, any day.
Hey, 58 is the mic. 58 is the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 81.
36.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. Remaining in this 1st half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. On 1st down, Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
shot. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Coming. I'm coming.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Yeah. Mike 58 right there. Will, get your game up. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. 58, boys, 58. 58, Mike. 66, bullet, pass. Let's put that team on the bus. 58's the Mike, 58. 58's the Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Back. Let's go. Come on. Shift. Watch the shift. Check. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set, hut. Now the wolf. Go. Stop right now. 58, go. 58, Mike. I'm here all day. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hayward. This ball back for the offense. Let's go. 58's to Mike. 58's to Mike. Don't let him
Jackson from the gun on third down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Five. Check 13. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Ready.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short game. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1 yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
55, Mike 55. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 55 is my guy, 55. Come off the wall. Check 31, check 31. Kill.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. Hey, defense, let's go. Watch twist.
From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Sponge. No. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. In your face. Tight dog.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They still playing soft.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Brings up second and goal at the Steelers' 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Slam, slam, slam. Look, jam, jam, jam.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up third and goal.
Mike, 58, right there. Shit! Shit! Check, check. Fresno, Fresno.
They'll try and run. Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On third down, it's Connor. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. With it is Brown. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown 52 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's coming, he's coming.
80 weapons.
We got double up. Watch the shit.
Look at me. Door.
Watch the shit. Shit.
Hey, exit. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Watch the curl. You got tight. Put it to him, Jet.
On 1st down, Dobbins. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
The drive will start with Connor. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
At the 33-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the